that he recommends to do it is to break your leads down into 4 groups. You've got new leads, you got hot leads, you got cold leads, and you got dead leads. And he's following up on all 4 of those categories.
What's an example of each of those?
So
I know what a new lead is.
Yeah, a new lead is obviously somebody that's come in and you haven't even talked to yet.
Yeah.
A hot lead is somebody that says, I'm buying a new thing, but I'm getting bids.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a hot lead.
That's a hot lead. A cold lead would be somebody that's like, maybe you pitched them an idea that they weren't ready for. And so now you've planted the seed that they need this new thing, but they aren't really ready to buy. They haven't told you no.
Yeah.
But they haven't told anybody yes yet.
Okay.
So that's a cold lead.
Gotcha.
A dead lead is somebody that's just gone silent on you.
Yeah.
Okay.
They won't answer the phone or have told you no.
Yep.
Okay.
And so,
good clarification, sir.
New leads, you want to follow up on day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 10, 15, 21, and 28.
I'm sorry. Say that slower one more time. I did not know that you were going with that.
In other words, new leads follow up every day for a week and then follow up every 5 days is basically the way you want to do that, right?
Okay, that's better said.
How do you follow up with them? You call them, you text them, you email them, you smoke signal. I don't care. Find some way to get in front of them. Facebook Messenger, phone call.
That's good.
Egg their house, leave them a door hanger. Like, it depends on the type of business that you're doing.
Of course.
Okay.
That's good.
What's
the matter with you, bro?
If no response after 30 days, you move them to the cold lead section. Okay.
Okay. Not a dead lead because you haven't heard from them. Cold lead.
Cold lead.
Okay.
Hot leads. Okay. These are people that are buyers. They just haven't settled on a person yet.
Every day, baby.
You're still following up days 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 15, 21, 28.
Okay. Same schedule.
Very similar.
Okay.
You're going to follow up with their preferred method of contact initially, and then after no response, you're going to switch it up.
You're going to go to their house.
So if their preferred method of contact is texting, now you're going to call them, or now you're going to email them.
Yeah.
Or now you're going to Facebook message them or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're trying to make contact.
If no response after 30 days, move them to cold leads. Okay. Cold leads, you follow up once a month. And how do you contact them? You put them into some sort of standardized drip sequence. Okay. Now, a drip sequence.
What?
No.
Oh, man, I love me a good chain necklace.
A drip sequence would be some form of standardized, like you could move customers into this category in a lot of CRMs that you use. And there's even like adders that you can like add on features you can put onto CRMs that will do this for you. Like HubSpot and Go High Level are a couple. These are really expensive, but they're options. Or you could just like manually do this, but you're going to
make a spreadsheet.
You're going to move people into the cold leads section. And then you're going to all cold leads, they get once monthly email or text message from you or something. And it's going to be somewhat standardized and it's going to be somewhat robotic. It's going to be like some pre-scripted thing. Hey, this is Mitch Plumbing, just checking up with you and see if you had made a decision on what we talked about. Like, I could automate that sequence and put all of my cold leads into that sequence.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if I talked about a sewer, a water heater, a job application, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Mitch with Smedley Plumbing, just wondering if you'd made a decision on what we talked about. All cold leads are the same, right?
Okay.
So then you have dead leads. Oh, crap. Dead leads are people that have ghosted you.
Easy, man. You went to instant panic mode there.
Well, I tapped my phone and lost my picture. Okay, here we go. Dead leads, you're following up every 3 to 6 months. Okay, these are people that are probably hating your guts by now, but by now you're over it and you're okay with messaging people that hate your guts.
Can I ask you a question about that?
Yep.
So at you go to sell someone a sewer. Sewer's a bad thing for you. What would be a good example for you?
Tankless water heater.
Tankless water heater. Okay. They wanted a tankless water heater, but their regular water heater works. They're just okay. At what point do you stop because you don't want to piss them off so bad that you ruin all other plumbing service because now they hate your guts?
You stop when they tell you to remove you from their list.
That being said, they are mad at you before that.
Some.
So I know.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're a plumbing contractor.
Mhm.
You want to be there for all their other needs,
Yep.
not just the tankless.
Yeah.
So like for you, what would that be? One time? 3 months?
I would
6 months, and that's it?
I would stay the course and follow up every 3 to 6 months. And as Andrew says, until they buy or until they die. Or until they ask you to remove them from your list.
My point is, if they ask you to remove them from your list after 6 months, you may have made them mad enough that they don't call you for any of their other plumbing needs.
True.
Okay?
That's possible.
And that's what I'm saying. Like if you're in the plumbing industry, like I would say on dead leads, 3 months, 6 months, stop calling them.
Yeah.
Like there are certain things that you can beat to death and certain industries that you can. HVAC is kind of one of those because you're not servicing their homes. You're servicing one thing in their home.
Right.
As a plumber, there are a lot of opportunities in that home, and you don't want to you don't want to build animosity towards yourself through that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like here's the flip side though with the follow-up. And what you're hitting on is the fear everyone has. I don't want to make them upset. I don't want to come off too strong. Right. And
well, you don't want to damage any other sales you could get in the future.
Right.
Like on certain things, that's impossible. On HVAC, it's impossible. You can't do it. On plumbing, it's very possible.
Yeah.
To lose customers that way when you're way over the top.
Yeah.
That's why I bring it up.
I would
it's a good thing to think about.
Sending somebody a message every 3 to 6 months, I would not say is way over the top. Now, if you're still messaging them every day for 6 months straight, obviously that's over the top.
That's why I'm bringing it up. Yeah. Yeah,
right.
It's Austin at 21.
So well, part of it's that, but also like for the same reason that we want people to have a closing rate, that we want guys to make sales on 70 to 80% of the calls that they run. Well, that means that we know 20 to 30% of the calls you run, people are going to say thanks, but no thanks. Your prices are too high.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it might not just be too high. They just made you stink. And
or maybe they don't like you,
work.
right?
Yeah.
But most of the time it's going to be price. They're going to think you're priced a little too high. And that's what we teach in Trade Wins is that if your closing rate is over 80%, you need to raise your prices because you need a certain amount of people telling you no in order to verify that your price is right where it needs to be. And so if you're closing 100% of your calls, that means you're pricing yourself too cheap. If you're worried that you're going to upset 100% of the people you're following up with, that means you're not following up enough. And the reason I say that is because once you start a strong follow-up game, like the only people that say exactly what you're saying are the people that do not follow up. And these are all their excuses as to why, right?
Yeah.
And so once you start following up with people, you'll realize like, man, I followed up with like 150 people today and only one of them asked to remove me from the list or to not call them anymore. Well, 1 out of 150, I'm cool with that. Keep in mind, these are 150 people that before your follow-up game, you were already written off anyway. They're not buying, right? And so now that you've already written them off, why are you so afraid that they're going to write you off? And they're not really writing you off. They're just unsubscribing from your email list, or they're texting stop on your text messenger campaign, or they're telling you, I'll call you back when I'm ready, right? Please don't call me anymore. Cool.
Stop calling me, motherfucker.
I mean, I've been turned
You're creeping
down.
me out, man.
I've been turned down by the smoking hot chick at the bar. I don't know how many times.
Dude, do you want to get into a whole thing?
Now,
I've seen it. It's sad.
Now, this is not recent. I'm just saying.
Dude,
been
Mitch.
Happily married for 16 years now.
We're going to talk about it. Mitch we used to call him the king. What was it? God, it's going to make me blank. It's going to make me mad. He would literally ask every girl out in the bar on the same night. The shotgun approach. Yeah, dude, he would not even care. He would just literally go. You could see him. One. Oh, that girl's hot. Next. That girl's hot. Next. Until one would say, yeah.
Yeah.
Either number or date that night or what. Like, I can't remember what we called you. But like,
man whore.
He was he was fearless. He literally gave no Fs. Like it was just I'm playing a numbers game.
Yep.
Like maybe that's what's helped you in sales. Like just yeah. He was just literally it would just boom boom boom.
You know what
boom, boom, until one said yes.
So
it was amazingly awful to watch.